Hi, greetings and salutations. This is David Faltz. I am 44 years old. I live in Warner Robins, Georgia. Excuse me, just a can. I have one of those cheap ones that you mount to the uh, PC, laptop. Anyways, um, today I want to talk about bipolar medications. Um, let's see, I was first prescribed some in 2003, so I'm very familiar with the ones I take. Primary ones I take are, um, and this is daily, Paxil, Depakote. I'll do uh, two 25 milligrams of Paxil and a 250 milligram of Depakote. And then at night I'll do three 500 milligrams of Depakote. Let me show you those to you. Sorry, I wasn't ready. And I'll show you some of the other ones I use to help. I should have got this out before I started. I'm sorry. Um, the pretzels come in a pink tablet, very small. That's that's for your depression. Um, there's probably other uses for it too. I know for me it's depression. Um, so I'll take two of those with I'll even open this one. This is a 250 milligram Depakote. They're white. Uh, and then at night I take three of the big pills. These are white also. Um, I remember in 2003 when I first started out, they gave me Depakote to take at night. They gave me four of them. And it just put me to sleep. And I guess it's like a tolerance that I've built up to them. Well, I told them I was getting really tired, and they took me off and went to three. Um, I probably should decrease it some more. Overweight and not exercising, probably should take it down and let myself feel, with more energy. Um, that was probably my problem, was like going too much and then not being able to sleep and getting into a awful sleep habit of staying up all night. Uh, Now I do have other ones, but these are like I wouldn't have to take them if I didn't want to. And one of them's Vistaril. Um, it's really small, and I can take up to, let's see, three or four of these a day. They're supposed to work for anxiety, which I feel a lot of anxiety. Um, I don't know why. Anyways, and then there's one more thing that didn't come along to me for a while was trazodone. That's Trazodone. That's what these are. It's a small white pill. Now, somebody might call it, or you might have heard it called as a sleeping pill, but I don't think it's really considered a sleeping pill. And I do know from research on the internet that it helps a lot with bipolar people. Um, if there's times where I'm getting like zero sleep, and especially if I'm staying up all night, I'll usually take one. And I know there's some people that take it every day. First time I ever took it, I would just, and I slept and I didn't get out of bed, and I just kept sleeping and just wanting to go right back to bed. So I was just like, that's probably not something to take every night. So it's kind of considered trazodone's like my emergency you know, I hadn't been had to go into a hospital for since like 2006. And that time I went in 2006, I went in and I wasn't too bad off, but I was, not doing too well. Checked in like on a Wednesday, checked out on a Monday. And now ever since I've gotten the trazodone, it's kind of like my emergency thing. And the Vistaril helps a lot. So I pretty much got all the medication I need. Now, I would say like I'm overweight and cholesterol and my blood pressure, and I've been trying to see a doctor on that. That is just like, eating habits. And I was in my, when I was before, before I got in my 30s, so active, um, and not, eating that much at a time. But it did, I know Paxil, I could tell that it kind of feeds my appetite, like increases my appetite. And I especially know Depakote does that. Um, you can tell the difference when you take some, whether it's Paxil or Depakote. I find you kind of feel hungry, and then kind of, especially with Depakote, you kind of feel like you you're still hungry. So I gotta I gotta watch it. I try to take the Depakote near when I'm gonna go to bed, and the Depakote to me makes me feel better, and that's kind of why I stay up late at night. I just kind of feel better, so I just want to stay up because I feel good. But I notice a lot of women take different medications. Uh, I've heard all kinds of medicines from Abilify to other ones that people use, and I think what we should be worried about is getting the correct diagnosis. Like you have to work at it. You can't just like one time find it. Um, First time I had a problem was in '97 when I was in Atlanta, and um, that I never heard that a diagnosis of bipolar, which was probably hard to figure what was going on. Um, but then 2003, when they said bipolar, I could look at the symptoms and other stuff and learn about it and realize, that I got depression. Um, and people will say, "Well, what are you depressed about? What do you got to be depressed about? Depression? That I don't think to me is really caused by something or something, but it can just like come along. And I think like mood swings, that's just like somebody could say something really nasty to you, and that would cause like a mood swing because you'd get in a bad mood, and then maybe you won't you might just laugh about it, but maybe you won't. Maybe the rest of the day you'll be in a bad mood, pissed off, and you may even want to confront the person. So, but that's the thing about the like going too high, going too low. It's like um, it'd be nice if every person could have like a well balanced mood. I guess you'd call it. Like you wouldn't go too high, you wouldn't go too low. You'd stay in the middle. If somebody yelled at you or embarrassed you or whatever, you would kind of set them straight. But then you'd forget about it. You'd just go the rest of your day. Um, I hope everybody that whether you're bipolar diagnosed or however diagnosed can keep working with their doctor and telling them what's going on, and have a regular doctor too. Keep your health up, because I don't know, when they're finding people bipolar. I really don't think they need to medicate anybody too young. Um, that's just a. I think bipolar for every person is a different thing. Every person um, has it different. Um, one bipolar person might have these symptoms and that symptoms, and they might be able to control the symptoms, and their lifestyle and environment may be different. So it's going to be different for every person. I don't try to tell people, hey, I use this. Why don't you try this out? I'm taking this medication. Um, I just like tell people, what happened. You know, I don't try and tell them what they ought to do. Um, but I just feel like if I tell you what medications that I have done and how I'm going about things, it can help. But I may talk again about medication for bipolar or something else for bipolar because I come across things all the time, um, whether it's on movie, television show, or on YouTube, or I watch documentaries on Netflix. Um, I used to go to the library and read a lot, but kind of gave up on reading books especially. But anyways, I've got to work on exercising, um, and I will, because it gets to that point where you got to do it. Anyways, that's it. Thank you. God bless you.